with junior Leah Kalkwarf to preview the 2018 softball season, which as we record this, it's not very far away. First, take a little bit of a look back at last season. In terms of wins and losses, one of the most successful in this program's history. For you, what was the biggest highlight of the season last year?
I think the fact that we took ourselves to another level of softball, especially here at Concordia. We had some really key players that did come through, those being our pitchers, Kylie Harps and Michaela. We all kind of took this season and strived to be the best of the season, and even though we did fall short, we did make it pretty far for our team, and given we're not satisfied with where we were, but yeah.
You've been at Concordia now 5 semesters. You came here from Millard South in Omaha. Thinking back to when you were making your college decision, what kind of led you to pick Concordia?
Actually, a lot of it was Michaela Woodward. Me and her were good friends prior, and she spoke very highly of, obviously, Lavelle in the program, and given it's not very far from home, I'm really close with my family, and I didn't want to go too far, and even just getting to play college softball was kind of the overall goal of choosing a college. So
well, you had a really good sophomore season, first team all conference last year. What do you kind of attribute the jump that you had from freshman to sophomore year?
I think the transition was my freshman year. I kind of came in and I didn't know what to expect out of the other teams and things like that. And after getting that one season under my belt and taking last year for like a time to shine and up my game, I think we also prepared as a team differently. We came more prepared. We knew what we were getting into. I stepped up my game, like hitting and on the field. I think that was through just, again, preparation. Off the field, on the field, and playing the teams that we do play in our preseason. We're playing ranked teams, people that are receiving votes nationally, and Lavelle does a good job of aligning that up and preparing us.
Well, you were used to winning in high school too at Millard South. What did that experience, how did that experience kind of prepare you for what it's like to be part of a winning program?
I think that my high school experience really did prepare me for my college. It was more the way that it was structured and the aptitude of what it's at competing in Class A in Nebraska. A lot of that was my high school coach knew what he was doing. He knew the game. He relayed that onto us and giving us the ability to understand the game and prepared us for the college career.
It's fair to say you're not a huge person, but you did hit for some power last year, 16 doubles and 3 home runs. How do you generate the type of bat speed you need to do that?
I would say definitely we do have an extensive program like lifting and stuff for preseason. I don't know, I guess it could just come from the fundamentals of hitting. But a lot of that's mental too, just going up to the bat and saying, I'm getting a hit and things like that. It's not necessarily, I need to get it over the fence or things like that.
What are some of your earliest memories of playing softball, and why is it a sport that you gravitated towards?
I think I just enjoyed it. A lot of it came from my dad was always my coach. My sister played. I watched her growing up. I tried other sports, and I was not necessarily the best at them. So I kind of deviated towards softball just because the framework that my parents said, hey, softball is great, do it. And the fact that I was decent at it, so.
Well, this program's trying to get back to the national tournament where it's been a couple times under Coach Lavelle. What would it mean for you to be able to break through and get to that stage?
I think that if we made it to the national tournament, it'd be something great. I think we're preparing ourselves. We're working at it right now to try in the preseason to mentally say that we can do it, but also physically. If we got there, it would be awesome. It would not only help get us ready for next season, but just having that experience, being able to go to a national title like with Concordia and with my teammates would be awesome.
You probably have the most college softball experience on this team now, and I know you're voted one of the captains. How has that responsibility maybe changed things at all for you, and how have you embraced that role?
I would say not a lot really has changed. Lavelle's always saying like he relies on all of us players to be leaders, and essentially just having the captain title is just, we're essentially a helping hand of the coaching staff. They kind of just rely on us to talk to them what's going on with the team, giving them advice. But also it's nice to just be a leader for the team, and it's not necessarily about the title, it's about helping my teammates and having them rely on me, not only as a friend, but as a captain too.
Now, Coach Lavelle talks quite a bit about you're someone who's really an intense competitor. Where do you get that kind of drive and competitiveness from?
I think I've always been a competitor. It's not just even on the field. I compete with my grades. If I even play like a board game, it's just a competitive drive that I have. I don't know where it came from, but I just like to win and strive to be the best. So
I know this team is going to count a lot on newcomers. There's some transfers, some freshmen too that have a chance to make an impact. What have you learned from about them from the fall and from what you've seen so far this semester that gives you optimism?
I think a lot of that, like our transfers and things like that, Lavelle does a really good job at recruiting them, and a really good key player is Brittany Woolridge. She's another captain with me. She came in. We had 2 other really good pitchers last year that graduated, and Brittany's stepping up, and she's our #1 pitcher right now, and just I'm going to be able to rely on her just because I've seen her ability and rely on her. We have other really good players that are stepping up. We have like Tori Himoka. She's going to be our third base, maybe shortstop at some times. She's a really good key player. She came from a really good background, good club team, good high school program. So
now that you've had a couple seasons of college softball, you kind of know what the competition is like in the conference and around the NAIA. Where do you see this team fitting in? I know you're picked second in the GPAC preseason poll.
I would say that this year I could see us being very good and upholding that 2 or even going 1. But as we always say, when a team gets on the field, it's whoever wants to win the most and be there the most. We've seen it a few times in the past 2 years. You may lose to a team that you thought wasn't very good. It just kind of depends, and everything's kind of unknown until you really do step on the field.
Right, you ready for the quick hitters?
Sure.
Those questions. Is that the new team hat, by the way?
I totally, oh God, I forgot I was wearing this hat.
What's your favorite phone app?
Oh gosh, what one do I use the most? Probably Trivia Crack. I love Trivia Crack.
Favorite snack or junk food?
Probably cheese. I love cheese.
Favorite pro sports team?
Ooh, I don't really watch that much pro.
No?
No.
Just Huskers or what?
Or wait, I guess MLB kind of, that's pro. Probably watch the Cubs the most, yeah.
That's a good choice. You're from Omaha, as we mentioned. What are you most proud of about your hometown?
Definitely the zoo.
A famous athlete or celebrity that you'd like to meet?
I don't know. Maybe Carrie Underwood. I do love her. She's great.
Pet peeve?
I don't know. I don't have one.
No. How about a superstition that you have involving softball? Do you have any?
Yeah, I totally do. I wear a bow every game, but if I'm not like hitting, I will take the bow out and see if it like changes. I don't know. It's just a superstition thing. I've always, if I wear a bow and I'm not doing good, I'll take the bow out, and then if I get a hit, the next game I won't wear a bow.
Okay, so that was the secret to last year's success. What's the class that you've enjoyed the most at Concordia?
Oh gosh. I really liked sales and sales management
Okay.
for my degree. That one was fun.
The pause worried me.
Yeah, I
You
couldn't
haven't
think. It's
enjoyed
been a
it.
while.
How about your most memorable moment on the softball field, whether it's before college or since you've been here?
Winning 4 state titles was quite cool. That was an awesome experience in high school. But here at Concordia, I would say last year when we beat Morningside for sure.
What's the most popular van ride song on your road trip?
Pitch Perfect. Lavelle loves Pitch Perfect, so.
Does he sing too?
Yep, he of course sings.
How about something fun you did over Christmas break?
I went on a ski trip and I learned to ski for the first time.
Where was that at?
Copper Mountain. It's quite the adventure.